Excuse me. Well, hello, hello. Just coming on during lunch. Got some time to share some updates on the Negro League file. Also, plan on running a test game here with some different players. I've just created two teams, one from 1900 to 1925, and imported some of the players, moved them over to that. And then I've got a 1926 to 48, and I just thought we'd set them up and play a game, one team against the other. I haven't done any game testing in about a week or so because I've really been busy creating the players. I am now up to, let me just take a peek here, get a total count. I now have 207 players complete and crank it out more every day. Got a couple people joining us. Let me pull my chat box up so I can see who's here. But just thought I'd do a test game. Forever Remain 90. Hello, hello. Glad to see you. I will be kicking this off here in just a bit. I've got two teams I'm going to highlight. I've got a 1900 to 1925 team. I just threw some players there to have enough to play a game. There's some notable people here with Toriente and John Donaldson and Oscar Charleston and Pop Lloyd's on this team. And then I've got one a little bit later that's covering 26 to 48. And I actually just set up a 3-game series instead of playing an exhibition. I set up and assigned starters in that. And I may do a game today and then do a couple more this week. So the early stars, we'll call them right here, are set up. And then the 26 to 48 team, I brought quite a few players over here. I'm going to pitch Satchel Paige because I'm always interested to see how he fares. I'm going to pitch him against John Donaldson. Um, and this team, of course, I've got Josh Gibson on it. Buck Leonard and Buck O'Neill are there. Just make sure I've got enough of the positions covered so that I could get some interesting play out of this. Guy I just created this morning, Augustine Berajano, who heck of a range in left field, played in the 30s and 40s, and some interesting people that I've learned a lot about now as I'm getting down to players that are lesser known. So again, I've made all my photos. So of the 207 I've got done, I have photos for all of them, and some of the photos are hard to find. I can tell you that, and try to get them as well as like the clarity um, as good as I like. So today I'm going to play this game, and we're going to play it in a couple versions of Comiskey. So I have a 1927 and a 1919 version of Comiskey that I've run through the gigapixel, and I'm just going to play the game there and see if how I like that layout. So without further ado, let's go to play, and then I can go to scheduled. September 1st shows the game ready to go here, and computer versus computer. Let's change that to human versus human. It's odd that it shows. Let me close out of that and take a look at my rosters. Big clue. Hopefully you're in for a treat, Big Clue, because today got a fun little exhibition between 1900 to 1925 players and then 1926 to 48 players. Negro League against Negro League. Going to have some fun and test out a new ballpark image I've got. So we can see here daily starters. I've got daily starters set up. Now let's just hit play and see what it does. Let's play a scheduled league game. Goes to September 1st. Home or human and human. Let's set up. So Big Clue is going to take the early players. So let's see what we got set up here. Let's load. What's the computer lineup going to give me? It's going to give me Doc Sykes. I don't want him. I wanted to pitch John Donaldson, which I'm going to do. I do have DH on, so I can have a little bit of fun with some extra batting. I want to pitch Donaldson against Satchel Paige and Buck O'Neill. Let's take a look at what we got. Yeah, let's just run with that team then. Yep, we're over the limit. And let's load lineup versus right. See who we've got. Pop Lloyd. And let's see who else. We've got Crush Holloway coming up. And we've got Biz Mackey. I'm going to go with Sandtop. Catcher. And I need a third baseman. Have a little fun with this. Let's get Candy Jim Taylor in there at third. Big Clue is bringing up a great thing. Yes. I don't subscribe to that theory, Big Clue. I'll have you know. So let's see how they do. Got Lemuel Hawkins playing first base. Although Ben Taylor. Let's bring in Ben Taylor here. Taylor and Taylor. So Candy Jim. Oh, you know what? Let's throw Will Cueto at third base. All right. All right, let's see how this works. I'm going to probably go, I'll probably coach the early team since Big Clue. Hey, Arnold's here. Did I enjoy the Super Bowl? Yeah, I actually enjoyed the game. But I'll tell you what I hate about football anymore is there isn't a game that goes by where the refs aren't, they're just too much of a factor. I mean, it's, you know, whether they're trying to get calls right or not, I get so disgusted because they're just way too involved. And I know they have to be sometimes because they have to have referees out there, but it's ridiculous. But yeah, it was a good game. Uh, let's see. So
Play ball.
let me set up my park layout here. A little larger in the main field, and then playing field, I might go just a little larger. Let's see. There we go. I'm trying out, I think this is 1927 Comiskey that I've run through Gigapixel. I also have the ability to run a different part image, which is right here. Maybe I'll run this one here today. Put them in 1919, I think it is here. So anyway, I'm going to go up now and assign the computer over to manage that later team, and I'm going to take the early team. And I already see a couple things that I can't get over on the layout. There, getting closer to the mound. And I know you weren't suggesting I did Big Clue, but yeah, I got you on this. Yeah, mad respect I have for all the different eras. So, park layout. And here we go. Let's play some ball. So I'm going to be watching and I'm going to call this game a little bit, but I'm also going to be throwing in some comments and I'll be looking around here as well, trying to find, looking at the outcome box, because this is the first play testing I've done with this file in probably a week. And I've created a lot of players, right? So I'm up to 207 now. And now it's time to, hey, let's have some fun, play some games, check out some fields. But I'm interested to see what the percentages look like and how they're playing against each other. So I did. What's interestingly is I went back and revisited about 4 or 5 days ago everything from the beginning and just double checked. And what I found was I had made an error on Pop Lloyd, and he was probably, I think, 20 batting points low. I think I had him at 320 something, and all his numbers should have been at 343. And I thought, man, that looked low. And I realized where, I'm running my MLEs and I'm running it, neutralizing it, doing all this stuff, mixing things, my recipe, and I had, as can happen, right, not carried the numbers properly. So if anybody here is just getting into these major league equivalencies for all the work that was done, you can go over to the, in fact, I'm going to, let me pull up the site and just remind everybody. Big Clue knows it. And I will, it's a site here called the Hall of Stats. We got some great articles there. And then specifically, let me pull this up here. Can't spell. There is a great article right here. I'll throw it up here. You can go find it at MLB where Eric Chalik covers a lot of the information. You can just Google his name and major league equivalencies, and they have a bunch of great articles at his site where they go through. The formula is pretty in depth, and that's what takes me so much longer. I've got their downloaded work for a lot of the players that have the MLEs figured out into a normal stat line. But for the ones that they don't have done, then I've got to kind of run through all of their calculations, which is involved and time consuming to get the MLEs. And then I can mix that with what I'm doing. You can see there's a link right here. The mathematical, what they go through here. Horsehide Dragnet. I guess this is a great place you could search and find it, but you can go out here and go through exactly their formula for how they do it, and it's quite intense and time consuming. So definitely want a big thanks to these folks that did that. It's helping me out on this project, and I'm loving it. So let's start this off. We got Pop Lloyd stepping up against Satchel Paige. And we have a strikeout to start the game. So Page, if you guys remember the very first test file I did, he had crazy strikeout numbers against some of these batters. So we'll see how this plays out. Cristobal Torriente bounces one back, and we've got two away. Oscar Charleston stepping up. And he strikes out. So Satchel Paige with two strikeouts in that first one. Yeah, Big Clue. Yeah, his research. I think I've been to that Hall of Miller and Eric, and that's where I saw a lot of the information. There's some information on the formulas there as well. So we have another hard thrower in here. We've got John Donaldson in pitching here, and we have Augustine Bejarano up to bat. grounds it to Frank Warfield. Looks like he's going to beat this out. Warfield bobbles it and will be charged with an error. And we have one aboard. So I'm in control. Ah, here we go. And yeah, I forgot a few of these players. I think Josh Gibbs is one of them. I have some of the walk-up music. Wasn't planning on testing that today, but I haven't shut the plate music off. So a little fun with that too. Here's a pitch to Josh Gibson, and he strikes out. So Donaldson's looking pretty good. Oh, he gives up a single. I spoke too soon out to the opposite field, and I won't throw. Runners at the corner, 2 out. Judd Wilson, the batter. Anybody not familiar with him, look at this line. A 354 hitter, good power for the ballparks he played in. And here's a slow pitch. Oh, Wilson hits that one. Headed back to left field. Blackwell retreats and makes the catch for out number 3. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. After 1, it's a 0-0 ball game. And up next is Charlie Blackwell. You can see the photo here. I've run it through some of the enhancing apps that I have, one being Gigapixel, to try to get it a little bit clearer, as some of these players don't have a whole lot of photos out there to choose from to even start to enhance. But Charlie Blackwell, 333 hitter. And if we pull up his card, you can see I've got some bio information there. It says top outfielder with good combination of contact, power, speed, and he rarely struck out. So let's see. He's facing Satchel Paige, so he's still got a 29%, even though he didn't have a lot of strikeouts. Here's the pitch, and Paige walks the batter. So Ben Taylor stepping up, another big bat, 343 hitter. Taylor strikes out. So we got 1 down. Crush Holloway, this is a player I did this weekend, 306 hitter. Pull up a little tidbit on him. Fast and aggressive base runner, used his spikes on slides to intimidate infielders. See if we can get him on base and actually have him do that. Holloway lines one down into right field. Blackwell's making the turn. Do I send him? Yeah, let's send him. Let's go for 3. Yep, I'm going to have him. Good, so we got the runners advancing. So I've got 2 in scoring position. Louis Santop is the catcher today, a 330 hitter. And notes about him, he's a crowd favorite with power, solid, strong-arm catcher that excelled at blocking the plate. Hey, Ken Castro, taking the file for a test run this afternoon. Well, I got a little bit of lunchtime here, and welcome. I'm controlling the 1900 to 1924 team, or 25 team, and then the 1926 to 28 team that's the computer's got them, and they've got Satchel on the mound. So here's the pitch to Santop, and he walks. So now we've got the bases loaded. Manuel Cueto is up, 281 hitter, and I'm just highlighting some of the info. Career 300 hitter, played from 1911 to 39, and he's a member of the Cuban Baseball Hall of Fame. So here's Cueto. Pitch from Page. Cueto hits one, a grounder down. Wilson's got it at third, over to Easterly, and makes the pivot. I don't think it's in time, and a run will score. So now we've got a 1-0 game as Blackwell scores on the fielder's choice, and Frank Warfield is up. Outstanding fielder with good range and arm, a contact hitter that could bunt and hit and run. Oh, and Page gets in. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and the Stars which is my team I've got controller of here, are ahead of the Bucks. So next up, we've got Wade Johnston. Take a look at his card over here. Played from 20 to 33, compiled a 303 career batting average, and led the Negro League Baseball in triples in 1930. Donaldson throws, and he walks Johnson. Johnston is on. And we have Branch Russell up. Russell gets one down to Taylor. Taylor has it. And he looks like he will tag Russell as he's headed to first. Advances Johnston down to second base. Next up is Tommy Butts. He's the shortstop for Satchel Paige team. He's a regular leadoff hitter, played for 10 seasons, known as a premier defensive shortstop. Still has a 309 average, so not a bad batter. Here's the pitch. Looks like it gets by Santop. Runner will take third. Credit a wild pitch to John Donaldson. Butts at the plate still. Looks like a passed ball this time. And we have a tie game just like that. Butts singles out into right field. Still got one away. Buck O'Neill steps up to the plate. 263 hitter. And he grounds one to Manuel Cueto at third. Looks like it could be two. Warfield with the turn. And it's in time. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and we have a 1-1 ball game. So Ken's saying he dropped in the 24 Monarchs in my new mini 20s league. Fun stuff. Oh, cool. Pop Lloyd up again, and he strikes out. So Page has had a few strikeouts. And he strikes Toriente out. Here's Oscar Charleston, who last time up struck out. And he sends this one out into center field. Looks like a base hit. Might be the first time Charleston's had a hit in about 4 games that I've played using him. So nice to see him on board. So Charleston over at first. He is a threat to steal. And we've got Charlie Blackwell up, left-handed hitter. 2 out. Blackwell grounds it. Easterling should have it. Makes the play to Leonard. And he's out. Hey, Sportsman Z, welcome. Just having some fun for lunch today as I'm testing out the Negro League Greats file that I've been working on for 3 or 4 weeks. I've been working on it now. I'm up to 207 players completely carded and built for action, and including their photos. So, you know, I think this thing's going to be 500 plus when I'm probably done total players, but thought I'd take a break and just throw a couple teams together and test the file out. So Augustine Berejano at the plate. Here's the pitch, and he strikes out. So we have Howard Easterling, and I'm highlighting some of the information on it. Take a look at Easterling. Played from 36 to 46 for several teams, was a productive hitter and a 5-time All-Star. Pitch from Donaldson, and he strikes out. And anybody wants to know what that is, I've was playing around with custom sounds, the walk-up music, and evidently I forgot that I had assigned some walk-up music for Josh Gibson and haven't shut it off. So anyway, every time he comes up, we're going to hear that. 2 out. Here is Donaldson. Josh Gibson struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch. He lines that one hard all the way out into center. Charleston, ooh, I've got an option here as a manager. Do I dive and try to make the out? Yeah, what the heck, 60% chance, go for it. And that's what you get when you get risky, right? He dove for it, missed it, and Gibson rounds second, goes to third with a triple. So up Now is Buck Leonard, lefty on lefty matchup here. 2 out. See what Donaldson can do. He throws it and he strikes out Leonard. So great matchup so far between Page and Donaldson. White Sox fans in here. Look at, well, you guys will be happy. Recognize this. I'm playing with, this is the 1919 image I have for Comiskey. So I've got 27 as well. And I flipped over to this and I thought, hey, let's use this one for the game. So here's Page with the pitch. Ben Taylor up, and he strikes out. Crush Holloway. Again, this is the guy that is fast on the bases and likes to spike people. I'd like to get him on and find out. Let's see. Holloway sends this one. It's like a deep fly ball out to right field. Back to get it off the wall. Russell's got it. Gets it in, and Holloway's in with a stand-up double. So got a runner in scoring position. Here's Louis Santop, one away. And he strikes out. Third baseman, Manuel Cueto, up. Pitch, he grounds one. Butts has it, throws it over to Leonard, and they get out of the inning. So no runs, one hit, no errors. After 3.5, we've still got a 1-1 ball game. Judd Wilson up again, as I've mentioned. He's take a look at what tidbits I have on his card. The other thing I'm showing off here, if anybody isn't aware, is I'm using the area where they usually put, notable things like MVP or Hall of Fame. I have 100 characters, and I'm trying to put short little bios to offer some cool tidbits about the player. But here's Judd Wilson. He's known for his great power, unique physique, quick temper, and outstanding hitting skills. So here's the pitch from Donaldson, and Wilson walks. So we now have Wade Johnston, center fielder. See what they say about Johnston. Yep, he led the league in triples in 1930. Here's the pitch. Looks like the throw down. See if they can get Wilson, and they nail him. So Louis Santop with the snap throw to first and eliminates that base runner. So nice move with that. One out. Johnson still at the plate. He sends a single up the middle. Charleston getting it, but he's going to get in there in time with a double. Russell at the plate strikes out. We have 2 down now. John Donaldson up. Tommy Butts lined a single into right center his first time up. We looked at Tommy Butts. What's it say here? Yep, regular leadoff hitter, played 10 seasons, a premier defensive shortstop. And here's the pitch. He sends a single up the middle, past Warfield. Looks like John. Oh, throw home. Yeah, 6%. Let's do it. So just like that, Tommy Butts drives in that run, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Bucks. Speaking of Buck, here's Buck O'Neill. He grounded to third last time up into a double play, and he sends this one over. Donaldson, with good range, gets it, throws it to Taylor for the out, and that will end the inning. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and Satchel Paige and the Bucks take a 2-1 lead going into the top of the 5th. Frank Warfield up. Tidbit about Frank: he is outstanding fielder with good range and arm. Contact hitter that could bunt and run. So let's see. And he walks. So now we have a base runner. Pop Lloyd at the plate. See what tidbits are there about Pop Lloyd. Great shortstop and a heavy hitter, often batted cleanup, but was an excellent bunter. And, they're throwing over. Page is worried about Warfield. Let's put him on a hit and run. And, lucky. I set the hit and run on that one, and Warfield just beat that throw. So Nice. We've got a runner in scoring position here. Pop Lloyd up, and he strikes out. Cristobal Torriente is up. He's DHing. I've got the DH. I know it's a catastrophe, huh? DH in the Negro League, but what the heck. Torriente, known as a stocky, bow-legged 5-tool player with excellent defense, he was a pull hitter with deceptive power. So, here's the pitch, and he strikes out. So I think that's warning us that Page has 10 strikeouts on the day. And Oscar Charleston steps up. And he sends one slow roller to Leonard, makes a poor play. And here comes the throw. The poor play by Leonard allowed Charleston to make it, and then Warfield with some aggressive base running made it all the way home and was safe on the throw. So we got a tie game. A little small ball, some aggressive base running. So. And here's Blackwell. He sends a pop-up. Should stay in the infield. Easterling under it. It's a slow ball. And he makes it catch. So we now have 1 run, 1 hit, no errors in that inning. So after 4.5, we've got a tie, 2-2 game. And here is Agustin Bejarano. The pitch from Donaldson, and he sends this one over Pop Lloyd into left field. Makes the turn, but he'll hold it first with a single. Howard Easterling coming up. I think I've clicked on him before. Let's see what he says. He's wrong guy. Easterling is the one I want. Let's take a look at Easterling. And he was a productive hitter, 5-time All-Star, played for several teams. Another player that I've done in the recent week or so. Here's a pitch from Donaldson. And another throwdown by Santop. He's already picked one runner off, and it looks like the runner gets back. There's Donaldson. Easterling sends this one out into center field. Charleston's under it. He makes the catch. Bejarano retreats to first, and we have 1 down. And again, there's my walk-up music test on Josh Gibson. So Gibson struck out, and he lined a triple. Charleston tried to make a dive and cut off what could have been a single, and Gibson turned it into a 3-bagger. So here's Donaldson with the pitch, and Gibson strikes out. Buck Leonard up, and he sends this one down the left field line. It's foul. Pitch to Leonard, and Leonard strikes out. So we have quite a few strikeouts so far. Ben Taylor up. Satchel Paige on the mound. See what Paige has got going on today. Through 5 innings, he struck out 10 and walked 3. There's the pitch, and he strikes out. There's number 11 on the day. We got Crush Holloway. Holloway strikes out. So we are on Paige is on a roll. All right. Here's the pitch. Santop walks. Two out. Got a deep bench. Let me see if I can. Ooh. I have Spotswood Poles coming into pinch run. And let's send him. Here comes the steal. Oh! And getting greedy. He's tossed out. So have to back this catcher position up. See who my catcher's going to be. I got Pierce. I've got Pettis. I've got Bismacki coming in. And here's Donaldson up. Judd Wilson, he's flied to deep left and walked. And here's the pitch. He fouls that one back. Donaldson again. Wilson strikes out. So Donaldson and Page doing pretty good. Donaldson's got 9 strikeouts. Here's Wade Johnson. Grounder. Donaldson, good range. Gets it over to Taylor and gets the out. So we have 2 away for Branch Russell. Fire up the comments on Branch Russell. Branch Russell played in the 20s and 30s, good contact hitter that twice led the league in walks. Donaldson with the pitch, and he walks Russell. Got Russell over at first. See if we can keep him close. Here's Butts. Butts is 2 for 2 on the day. He's got a single in the second and a single in the fourth that scored a run. And here's Butts, and we get a strike. So we are in pitch mode right now because we got that runner on. And we get a ball. And we got a ball. So we got 2 balls, 1 strike. And a foul back. Here's the pitch. And this one's sent past Warfield out into center field. Russell should make the turn and go to third. No throw. So we got 2 out runners at the corners and Buck O'Neill at the plate. And he takes a strike. 73-mile-an-hour change. Comes another pitch, and he takes strike 2, an 84-mile-an-hour curveball. So let's get aggressive with this pitch. And worked out. So now Donaldson's racked up 10 strikeouts on the day. So it looks like we've got pretty good pitcher matchup. No runs, no hits, no errors, and we've got 6 complete. And Manuel Cueto, the third baseman, up. So let me see if I got anybody on the bench against Cueto's 17% hit chance. Bill Pettis looks like it's got the best hit percentage against Cueto. So let's get Bill Pettis in. Let's take a look at his info. Played first and catcher from 1902 to 22 for several teams. And he also made money boxing. So I'm having a blast researching this entire project. And these little tidbits, hopefully everybody else finds them entertaining. To me, it's just kind of neat to learn about these players. So here we go. Pettis is up. Page on the mound. Here's the pitch. And Pettis sends this one out into right field. Branch Russell under it makes the catch. And we have 1 away. So here's Frank Warfield, second baseman. Sends a grounder to Easterling at second, and they got him just in time. So here's the team captain, Pop Lloyd. And he sends a ground ball right to Leonard. Leonard has it. Looks like he's bobbled it, but got him and beat him to the bag. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and after 6.5, we still have a 2-2 game. So, got to replace my third baseman, and let's bring in Candy Jim Taylor over there, third. And there we go. Looks good. Candy Jim Taylor, one of the great baseball strategists, was both a player and manager for over 40 years, known as Uncle Jim. So here's the pitch from Donaldson. See if we can keep him scoreless. Warfield has it easily and gets the runner at first. So Howard Easterling steps in. He's struck out twice and flied to center. Here's the pitch from Donaldson. He sends this one like it might be headed foul. And this one gets out of play. Easterling, Pop Lloyd makes a great play. He's got great range. He's a 10 shortstop. Makes a great play and a great throw to get the runner. And Josh Gibson struck out twice, lined a triple. Here's the pitch, and he sends this one past Lloyd out into left field. Blackwell gets it in a hurry, and keeps Gibson to a 1-base hit. And Buck Leonard stepping in now. Buck Leonard struck out twice and singled. Here's the pitch, and he takes a strike. So Donaldson, we're in pitch by pitch mode. He sends this one right into right field. Looks like Gibson should get to third. We're not going to throw. Not going to risk it for 2% chance. And we got runners at first and third with 2 out. And Judd Wilson at the plate, who's flown out, walked, and struck out. Dangerous hitter. It's the pitch from Donaldson. And it's a ball. Ooh, strike. Another pitch. This looks like it's outside. And we've got strike 2. So 2 ball, 2 strike count. And this one is hit out into right field. Wilson comes through, drives the run home. Looks like Leonard will round second and take third, and we have a 3-2 game. Runners on the corner. Wade Johnston stepping up. And we get a ball inside. I'm pitching aggressive. I don't want balls. And it looks like this one's down the right field line. And it looks like that should be out of play. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2. It's come aggressive. And this looks like an infield fly. Popped up to either short or third. Can't tell right now. It's like Pop Lloyd's waving him off, and he's going to make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. After 7, we have a 3-2 lead for Satchel Paige and the 1926-48 Stars, or the Bucks. Cristobal Torriente steps in, and he sends this one high. It's just staying in the infield. Looks like it's a pop-up to the first baseman. Leonard's under it. Should make an easy play. And he does, and we have 1 out. Oscar Charleston, who has singled twice and struck out, steps to the plate, and he strikes out. Charlie Blackwell. See if we can get a hit here. Blackwell hits this one. Looks like it's a deep ball out to right field. Going way back. Russell backs up, and he makes the catch. So after 7.5, still 3-2. Donaldson is strong, and every time the computer tells me that, it seems like the next batter I give up a hit. So let's see what happens. And he walks him. So I don't know if Donaldson's got 134 pitches. Got some righties coming up. Let's take a look. In fact, I've got all righties here. All right, Donaldson's headed to the showers, and we're going to bring in Harry Buckner. And he's also known as Goat Head. What a great nickname is Buck, but also known as Goat Head. He was a pitcher and outfielder, played from 1896 to 1918. So let's see if he can quiet the home team down here. Butts up, and we get a ball. Buckner with the pitch, grounded back to the mound. Buckner over to first, got 1 play, and that's him. And Russell will take second. So now we have Buck O'Neill, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Struck out his last time up. Takes pitch number 1 for a strike. This one looks like it's popped up behind the plate. May get out of play. Mackey's making a run for it. And it's out of play. Buckner with the pitch. Ball 1, so we've got 1 ball, 2 strike count. Buck O'Neill called 3rd strike. Marajano takes it. He's grounded out twice, struck out in single. The pitch from Buckner. It's another one popped up behind the plate. Looks like it may get out of here. And it does. Got 2 strikes. And I got aggressive, threw one right down the heart of the plate. It looks like this could get a run home. I'm going to try it. And runner takes second. So we got 2 out. Oh, we got an error on the play. An error on Holloway on the throw. Verajano takes third, and now we've got Howard Easterling up. And he takes ball 1. Another foul ball back. That's what I get for trying to pitch aggressive, trying to get a swing and a miss or a strikeout, and sent one, fed him a meatball. And this one looks like it's fouled, could get out of play. Maybe Taylor can make the catch. Not quite. So we've got 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Buckner gets him out. So here we go. Page is still in the game. He's thrown 146 pitches. So I guess they're dying to get him the complete game here. So let's see if we can get a hit off of him. We got Ben Taylor up, left-handed batter. Taylor sends a single into right field. He makes the turn. He'll hold at first. So what have I got with Taylor here? He's a 7-run. You know what? It's do or die time. I'm going to bring Dobie Moore in as a pinch runner. He's a little faster. Crush Holloway steps up. Uh-oh, Gibson's coming out to make sure they get the signals right. Page still on the mound. And got strike 1. Throws a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Page worried about Moore. And Holloway. 2 ball, 1 strike count. And Holloway grounds this one. Looks like Butts comes over, makes the play. Looks like he only had a play at first. Moore was on the move. Safe at second. And we have Biz Mackey up. Page has now thrown 155 pitches. And Mackey sends one back up the middle. It should score a run. And we're within 1, folks. Turning into a good game here. Candy Jim Taylor stepping up. Takes ball 1. Ball 2. Take this pitch. Got 3 and 1. And Page strikes him out after throwing 163 pitches. Frank Warfield up. Let's see if we got any better numbers than 20. Bring in the lefty Lemuel Hawkins. Take a look at his numbers. Known as the Hawk, played from 21 to 28. Was a first baseman for the Monarchs' 1924 championship team. So, big clue. Should be your guy here, Lemuel Hawkins, right? Or no, I'm sorry, it's Ken. Ken was the one talking about his 24 Monarchs and the new 20s league he has. So there you go, Ken Castro. A name you should know. Here's Lemuel Hawkins. I don't know why the computer is going to ride Page until his wheels fall off, but let's see. And we take ball 1. Hawkins. Ooh, got 2 balls. Well, I'm going to take this. Yeah. And we got 3 and 1 count, so let him hit away. Full count, folks, right down to this. Pulling on Lemuel Hawkins here. And he walks. And you know what? I think I'm going to go in here and override. What do you guys think? I'm going to leave it up to you. Do we let Page just keep going? Or should we just override? Hey, Legends, what's up? I got one out to go here, and I'm down one run. Satchel Page testing out my league here, just like you, kind of play testing. Been building a lot in the last week. I'm getting some play testing in here. But I'm wondering, I'll leave it up to you out there watching. Should we override the computer? The computer's letting Page try to go for the complete game here. He's got 169 pitches thrown. He's in the red, which means he's lost some effectiveness. And I mean, should I override it and go in there and throw a sub in here, or should I just let him stay in? What do you guys think? Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. I don't know why the computer's leaving in, so I can go back here. I'll change them to human. And let's bring in somebody that's smart here. So I got Poploy, the lefty. Well, he's a switch hitter, then a righty. So Bill Foster's got the lowest hit percentage right here, I'm thinking. One of my favorites, Cocaina Garcia, known as Cocaine Garcia because the batters felt drugged from all of his pitchers. So that was an interesting one that I did some research on. Cocaina Garcia. Let's bring in Bill Foster. Lefty. Now we can go back and put it back to computer controlled. So got Pop Lloyd in. Lefty on lefty. Would I pinch hit for Pop Lloyd? Well, not really. Let's keep him in there. Pitch by pitch mode is on. Oh, and he grounds this one up the middle. Looks like Foster snags it, throws it to first, and that completes the game. Foster comes in and gets a one-pitch save. And let's take a look. That was a hell of a pitcher's duel, I have to say. Big time pitcher's duel. Let's look at the batting here. I did a little bit of pinch hitting. I got 6 hits, team batting average of 188. Page really shut us down. We did walk 5 times, but struck out 14. Over on the other side, Donaldson did a great job pitching for my team. And 4 walks, 12. They batted 344 though. So take a look at the pitching lines. Donaldson, again, not a bad day. Buckner came in relief. He struck out 10, but Page almost went the distance, struck out 14, and gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits. So see the miscellaneous stats here. Santop picked off the runner on the throw down to first, right? Judd Wilson gets the game winning RBI, and of course, Satchel Paige, and I would agree with that, gets the MVP. So fun stuff here. I was going to run a couple auto because I have this league set up, and I got September 2nd. Let's go. Let's just autoplay the second and see what it does. This one, a 3-2 game. And the more current iteration, the 26-48 team wins again. So let's take a look at, they pitch Rats, Henderson, and Sykes. Another great pitching matchup. Home run by Mackey, and Josh Gibson hit a home run in this one. So fun stuff there. And then let's play the third. I just set up a 3-game series, so this will give me a chance to go back and look at some of the outcome and check the data. Cocaina Garcia against Williams, and Cocaina Garcia should be giving up some runs and hits. He doesn't have a great whip. I think he's probably got about a 1.4 whip. So let's see. There's some runs. Oh, we can set these up myself. So I'll set these up and then quick play it. So we got String Bean Williams. And let's see who else we want on this one. Cocaina Garcia. Not a great whip. I want to see this guy throw. Bob Griffith. Okay. Let's run this.
Play ball.
And we'll go switch it to instant, computer versus computer, and let's see what result we get. So I've had two one-run games. One I played, one I simmed. And let's see this one. And we have another one. So these teams look evenly matched. So again, so I've played 3 games, and the 26-48 team is winning by 1 run. So we've had 4-3, 3-2, and 4-3. So very close. String Bean Williams gets the loss for me, and Griffith, no decision. Radcliffe comes in and gets the win. So let's see, Blackwell got 3 hits. Looking at 2 home runs from this team over here from Stone and Johnson, who played center field. Take a look. Ed Stone. The MVP. Yeah, balance is good. Crazy. Now let me play a fourth one. I didn't have it scheduled just as an exhibition to see. Go 26-48, 20-25. Change the date a little bit. Let's set up the team. Let's try. Let's pitch Rube Foster and Leon Day. Who else we want to see in here? Let's put Monty Irvin at shortstop right there. And let's get some different players in here. It's Rube. How about this? Oscar Charleston at DH. Huh? All right. Let's just see if we can get something other than a
Play
one-run game
ball.
here. Hey, we get now we go to a 2-run game, but man, that 1900 to 25 team can't win yet. So Foster, he gets his clock clean. Went 8 innings and gave up 14 hits, 2 home runs. Irvin hit a home run, and Mothel, and 1 home run for the earlier folks, the Blackwell team. Hmm. Game MVP Monty Irvin. So yeah. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. So now I might do some more testing to see if I can get this team set up. So this was a test file, but I can go to the main. Let me go over here to the main file I'm working off of here, and we can show you what I had to do is, as I started to fill like some of these teams, like 19, 20 to 24, as soon as I get close to 35, 40 players, I just created a second team for those years just to dump players on. And here's some of the newer ones that I've put on there. Sam Crawford and McClure, some batters here. Blaney Hall, who I just did today. Nice batter here, 326 hitter. So same thing for 25 to 29. I think originally on there I got close to, I've got 42 players on this file. So I just created another one with a lot of players in the 20s that I've carded or built already. And here's some other ones. Willie Bobo. Somebody was asking on a previous broadcast about Willie Bobo, and he's in there now. Played first base, led the league in walks in 25, so he is in the game. And if we go and take a look at the database, take a look at everybody. We've got all players. Let's put value, rating, refresh it. So if we look at value, rating. There's how they rank. A lot of value put on Jim Jeffries here. Rating, the overall rating. OPS, we can search by OPS and you can see what you call like those big hitters, the real power hitters right there, Buck Leonard, but a lot of players, you can see 900 and up. Pretty good. Charlie Blackwell's one. Larry Doby's there. You see Larry Doby's carded here for 1944, playing second mainly and a little bit of center field, even though he was a center fielder when he went. Played for the Indians. 314 hitter. He's got some power in the bat. Really good OPS plus. Again, that's the one thing that'll kind of tell you based on their era and so on. That OPS, anything 100's dead average. Anything over is good. 168 is really good. So total count, I think. What am I at here? View all players. 207. That's the count as of today. So I know MV, if he's here, he's usually be checking in and telling me where are we at. It's 207. And I might tonight have a chance to get a handful more done. But anyway, let's view pitchers. Everybody that pitched. I mean, I think I've got 75 pitchers in there. Take a look at the whip. Drag this up to the top. And here's a player that I was not familiar with until this last weekend, Dick DeJohnson. And disregard this photo. It's not his photo. That I haven't dropped new photo packs into this file. But he's a spitball pitcher with the Indianapolis ABCs and the Chicago American Giants. He's a 101 average, which means he's pretty much an average pitcher. Satchel Paige, 167 on the ERA plus, and Cyclone Joe Williams is a 143. I still think I have to go back in the first 20 pitchers I have done or whatever. I need to go back and double check the numbers like I did on my batters, just to make sure now that I have my recipe down that all of that was applied without any errors or extra weighting. So Legend says it's funny if some Negro Leaguers actually qualified with franchises in my setup like Doby, Hank Thompson, Satchel, so I'll keep them with those teams instead of having them in later drafts. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm just, if you think about it, I'm trying to go deep on this file. I mean, we've got enough to play an all-star game or make a few, but now my goal is, gosh, can I pretty much get a complete Negro League file built out using the player's best 3 years? I mean, why not keep going? So, my goal is, my actual real goal is to get 500 plus, which I think I'm going to be able to do. I've definitely got good numbers for about 400-ish of those. Some of the MLE numbers that aren't already put into a nice spreadsheet that I have to manually run through those MLE formulas, that gets lengthy. And if anybody ever goes and researches their methodology behind it, you'll see just how lengthy mathematically that can be. So it's fun. And yeah, seam heads is awesome with this. And I've built most of them. I'm going in for each position and kind of searching and figuring out WAR at each position and who I have MLEs for. And then a couple I really want to build that I don't have MLEs for. I'm like, oh, now I've got to spend more time kind of crunching it. But then I'm going to find the player photos as well. So, and then the bio info. So it can be a little bit time consuming. But here's Jim Jeffries, pitcher, outfielder, played for the 20s, twice led the league in innings pitched and saved 3 times. Let's see what Jeffries, yeah, ERA 175 plus. He's really a good pitcher. Um, Bill Foster, 167, left-handed pitcher. He's the younger brother of Rube Foster. Once won 23 games in a row. How's that? Big clue. I'm never going back to the 5 year set. Oh, I might, but I'll go back to it maybe after this is done. But then again, I need to go over to my football. There's more teams I need to add for my football 5 year file, and then even basketball too. So maybe I'll be tired of baseball by the time this thing's done, and then I'll go to one of those and start cranking more teams on those, like I did with, once I found Beatles Eternally channel and some of the people in the community that really like that 5 year file, it motivated me to crank some extra teams out. So maybe that's in a better place than the other games. So I'll probably, after this project is over, probably just take a forced break from baseball and maybe add some more to those 5 year teams. I think that would be a good plan. Then refresh, right? And then that's a nice thing about being to switch sports. I know Legends does that, like on his site, and Christopher Slobik. They have so many projects going on with the different stuff. It's nice. You're like, it's always fresh, right? You're going from one sport to the other. So, all right. Yeah. So it's been a long time since I've even pulled those files up. They're nowhere near here. A forced break from baseball. I don't understand this. Yeah. What is it? Distance makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah, you just got to do that. Yeah, this is the last NL file I had right here. Let's see that. Yeah, it's a lot of teams. It's a lot of teams done. So maybe some more. Once I'm done setting this franchise, yeah. So Legends is he's always in perpetual motion. You're never going to be done with that, which is kind of cool, right? It's got a lot of, I guess, future playability. And if anybody hasn't been over there, go check out Legend Sports Universe site and look what he's doing with MLB The Show. Really cool stuff. Um, and what I like about his approach is, and I've thought about how you could do that for all-time like baseball greats, is he's taken and listed out the top 100 and broken down by positions, right? And then figured out how to do a random roll to figure out which 40 are actively on the roster of the 100. And it got me thinking how that would be an awesome um, approach in like a draft league. So, if I end up, and I will, oh, you know what? I forgot. I can't get rid of baseball. Big clue, because I have to do this file. After I'm done with the Negro Leagues, I have to do this one. I completely forgot. Where is it? MLB. I have to do this file. Got to do this. So I'll have to pop over and build that one. But what I like is I could build a file that has, you think of the original franchises, right? At least the original 16. They have a lot of years. And make sure you've got the best 100 players built for them. But then if somebody ever wanted to, run a fun draft league, you could say, okay, I'll take the Reds, or Big Clue would take the Reds. I'll take the Tigers, Beatles can take Pittsburgh, and then you could go live on a stream some night and then just line them all up with numbers and run a randomizer and just kind of have a live draft and watch, which one of your franchise you're getting stuck with, like which players are going to be on your, 40-man roster to start the league or whatever. So I think that approach that Legends has taken with that is great. Um, he's using it to determine the starting point, and then he's bringing people in year after year to cycle in for some variety. But I just thought, man, it would make the playability of like an all-time greats league more interesting to me, right? Having some of that fun in there, like you can have the Yankees, but hey, who's your first baseman? You might get stuck with Chris Chambliss and not Lou Gehrig, or not Mattingly or something like that. So would be fun. Yeah, it is really unique way. So it just made me think about, even when if I set up a league to play, and if I was going to do one myself, I could sit up here and just have a randomizer pull out numbers and then just go manually draft it and then just run different, leagues myself, letting the computer pick who's going to be in the main lineup. Because it is tough when you've got 100+ great players for a franchise. It's tough to figure out who's going to get playing time and all that. So with that, I'm going to get back to some other work, and I will check in down the road. Yeah, Bill Scourin or Wally Pipp. Yeah, for sure. And if anybody hasn't seen, he posts on Facebook as well, Legends, as I like looking at it. He'll post his 100 listing all the position players and everything, and then he'll post and highlight the 40 of those 100 that were selected when he did his randomizer. So it's pretty cool to look at. Yeah, and I hope it does play out as well. I mean, I'll definitely be tuning in because I love seeing the games, because the animation with MLB The Show is just awesome to watch. I mean, I just love seeing the gameplay. And then the fact that it's historical players and like what if stuff, that even makes me happier, because if I had the show, the first thing I'm doing, and again, I had the show 2021, MLB The Show 21, I guess, and I went and found some historical all-time franchise teams to download. Me and my buddy had a blast playing some of those teams, right? So we're playing the A's and the Reds and stuff like that. And I'm not interested like in the current last year's. Well, as a Tiger fan, why would I be interested in last year? Just saying. But I'm not interested in just playing the current season as it's going, or the one that just ended. I love all the what if greats or great teams or any of that stuff. Uh-oh. Pitt was taken on the Yankees' first 40, and so was Gehrig. So who's backing up who, Legends? Are you going to split it 50-50, split their playing time? I know I would probably let Gehrig have his way until he got hurt over Pip, but Pip was a good defensive first baseman. In fact, I think I've got him. I need to create some more of these MLB greats. Here is, look at the batters that I've created. Oh, like, why am I not seeing batters? Let's go to refresh it here. So I've got 50 some odd players on this one, but here's some of the better known players I've created using the same approach I'm using for the Negro League project, so we can do some cross gameplay and all that good stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't play Pip either. Well, I guess you're resting Gehrig in a blowout or whatever, or maybe you need a pinch hitter. Reminds me too, I have Pip, I think, on. Okay, let me go to my franchise AL. I haven't touched these since January, as you can tell. I know, I'm pretty sure I've got an early. Yep, there's Wally Pipp. He's on the 20 to 24 Yankees. Yeah, he's a 9 first baseman. He's really good fielding first baseman and not a bad hitter, 312 hitter. So on that team, and what's funny is you can notice this, there's no really, Ruth's the only one that can back him up. He's playing all but one of the 154 regular season game. Pip was his own Iron Man there. I mean, Babe Ruth is the only person that's going to get even another chance to back him up. So he's pretty much locked down that 20 to 24 team right here. Oh, Wally Pipp, OPS plus a 115. So he's just a little bit above average, but definitely great defender. Yeah, so now Big Clue, you've got me reminiscing, missing my 5-year franchise slices. That this was my passion for the last couple of years before I got um, headed into this Negro League project. So fun looking at this. Who else do we have on this team? We got Ruth with that incredible OPS of 1.370. I mean, look, he's got an OPS plus of 244. He's just a beast. A beast. Roger Peckinpah at short. So fun stuff. So cool. Let's see if somebody else wants to. Hey, maybe Legends will go on there and throw a game on. We could all go over there live and watch a couple of great games he's got. I could put that on while I'm actually getting some official work done and get entertained because love to see that because I love to see him test out some of the files he's created with some of these franchise games. Those are fun to have on um, in the background and just follow along. So, update next. I'm just going to crank out some more teams. I'll probably maybe hop on later this week with an update, see how many more I get built out. Um, Trying to think what else. I haven't had as much time to go hunt down extra ballpark images, but I'm looking at doing that. Oh yeah, Legend says, unfortunately, I'm actually working. Yeah, that gets in the way. So I may also this coming week crank some more of these MLB greats out and build some of those. I've brought some of these over. Now I've got some Yankees that I brought over onto that greats file, and these are their lines right here. I'm getting pictures for a lot of those. I haven't dropped them in here yet, but I may crank out some more MLB players too, so that I can keep doing tests within Negro League players and then outside and back and forth. Yeah, Legend says he just can't broadcast. Yeah, that's what makes it fun. I also like hearing a little bit about the teams and stuff like that. It'd be kind of fun to hear your comments as the creator and stuff as you're testing out some of those files. So, oh, here's a picture I did. I put Jack Chesbro in there. This is a pretty stout pitcher. You can go 41 starts. ERA plus 137. So this is, I'm just, now you reminded me, Big Clue. I'm going to get the Negro League players done. Along the way, I'm going to keep building up the MLB. And then right when I'm done with Negro League file, I go right into MLB greats and try to beef that up to a certain point. Then I take a break and I go franchise 5 on football and basketball. So anyway, thanks for joining. I'll probably do some more later this week when I get a chance to come on like during lunchtime and do some more testing, wanting to test out the file. I was pretty happy with what we played today. I ran, we had a 1-run game. I ran what 3 more auto plays and ended up with 2 1-run games, 1 1-run. The numbers look good. I'm gonna have, hey, Zalapsky Smurf is here. Hello, hello. I'm just gonna go back and double check about the first 20 pitchers I did, and then the first 25 batters. I realized I had to go back and check them because I think as I was merging and weighting my different formulas, um, they were off. So when I went back and readjusted, I found a couple that I didn't carry over the right way. Pop Lloyd was one. I haven't done it for the pitchers yet, like Cyclone Williams and Rube Foster and that. And I'm just double checking that to make sure that all of this is applied consistently. So more fun for me. Yay. As I do it. So just again, for some of you just joining us, played some games. So if you want to go back and watch it from the beginning, had a great game. Satchel Paige against John Donaldson. That was just a blast. And I'm really, really happy with how the file's turning out. And as you can see, these early ones, I think Big Clue was talking about here, but let's go to the 1900 to '09, right? That starting to get more of these really early players built. And let me see who stands out here. Ashby Dunbar, there's a player that I just did recently. And it's Pop Lloyd's picture. Sorry for the picture. I haven't brought in and overwritten the picture files onto this one, but Ashby Dunbar, at outfielder from '06 to 20, played for several teams. Sometimes that's all I know about him because there's not a ton of bio stuff I can find. But you can see here, this guy's, 6 in left, 6 in center, a forearm. He's batting 289. But I'm learning a lot about some of these. William Binga, third baseman and manager. There's a guy that can play third base and right. A 274 hitter, but what you're not getting is that 274 hitter in 1907 is not bad. In fact, let's take a look at Binga. As you'll see, he's 13 points above average, so sometimes it can be a little misleading. Here's one, Alfredo Cabrera, a little bit above average too. Great fielder at short. Then there's one I did today. Who was it on this in the teens? I'm just trying to highlight a couple players that really stood out. Where's the guy I did that was just okay? Might be early 20s. Let's go to this one. I've got a second early 20s team. 25 to 29. Felton Snow, real good. I'm looking at the 10, some of my 10 ratings. I know I gave a 10 for second base because the guy was, numbers were off the chart. Now I got to figure out who it was. And I'm like, where are they? I know I built them. Second base, Bingo DeMoss. He's a 10. Oh, let's do it this way. Let's look at fielding, second baseman. Fielding range. Here we go. So we got the greatest, Charlie Grant, Grant Johnson. This is the player I was looking at. Charlie Grant. Not his picture again, but Charlie Grant, a fluid, slick fielding second baseman, a phenomenal fielder and very fast. So that's one that I just did some learning about recently is Charlie Grant. Let's see, third baseman. There's two tens there. Shortstop, Pop Lloyd. Left field. Kind of see the ratings how they're turning out. Right field. There's a 10 over and right in Charlie Smith. Catcher. Got some nines. First baseman. You can kind of see how the ratings are lining up as I build them out. Cool. Um, yeah, legends. Hey, I'll take any exhibition. Just throw it, man. Any teams would be cool. And I'm headed out, so I'll see y'all down the road. In the next broadcast, I'll probably just come in with another update and see you down the road. Bye.